I had a potential client call the other day, and right away the conversation was like, hi, my name's so-and-so, and I need you to come 5 times a day for my 5 dogs, and it needs to be exactly at 7 a.m., blah, 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 blah. And I was like, right away, my tingly spidey senses went going, and I was like, this is not going to be a successful match. How many times have you had those clients, or potential clients, we may say, that you probably don't want as clients in the long run because they showed some, as I like to call, yellow flags that eventually probably would turn into red flags if they weren't red flags already when they called you or messaged you or emailed you or however they connected with you initially. Now this can happen with existing clients too, but today let's talk about 5 signs that a potential client may be something you need to run away from and not book. Hi guys, my name is Amber. If we haven't met before, I am the owner and founder of Attaboy Animal Care, pet sitting and dog walking for the past 9 years, veterinary technician for 13 years, degree in animal sciences, all that fun stuff. But today, we are trying to avoid the ones that will not only cause us difficulties in the beginning, that they're just basically going to be a pain in the ass all the way through, from start to finish, whether it's now, weeks in the future, or even years. And I can tell you, we have clients even now that if I had looked at the warning signs at the beginning, oh my goodness, how much time it could have saved me in the long run. And we've had clients we've ended up firing because I go, oh gosh, now it's a bigger issue and I should have just called it from the beginning. Now this is a little bit of a hard process to do because let's be honest, we're thinking cha-ching money, and when we see these potential clients, we're seeing the price tag potentially associated with those potential clients. And so it's really hard to turn our backs on a potential positive cash flow. But ultimately, while this sounds cheesy, it's not, the money is not worth it sometimes. And when I say sometimes, I mean a lot of the times. So let's talk about those things. First and foremost, if a client, potential client, automatically starts kind of dictating exactly what they want and then is not willing to abide by your policies and procedures, then it is not the right client for you. Ultimately, you have created a set of policies and procedures, well, hopefully you have, that has created a successful business for you. And there's a reason why those rules are in place, probably because you've had an experience that required you to then make a rule, typically to avoid a bad situation that may have happened in the past. Or your knowledge base or your training and certifications have come into play to create these safety protocols ultimately for one reason or another. And when someone's not willing to play nice and follow your policies, that's an automatic no. And that might be hard because you go, oh, maybe I'll be flexible this one time. So what happens if they're flexible at the very beginning with something that you had a hard no on in your brain, but you avoided that and said, you know what, never mind, let me just ignore that for a moment because I need the cash flow. And then what happens is that same client is probably going to be the one that repetitively asks you to change policies. And finally, when you try to say, hey, our policies are this, they go, well, you haven't done that before. You haven't enforced it before. Why now? And it makes it a much harder process. And ultimately, everyone's feelings are going to get hurt. So if they are not willing to follow your process, protocols, and rules from the beginning, this is not the client for you.